Welcome back to some new r/malicious compliance stories, where people comply to the letter, but not the spirit of a request. I hope you had a great day. Thanks for all the likes and comments on the last video. And now let's start with the first story. It's called Working Hours. I used to work network support for a corporation that managed a manufacturing plant in another state. That plant started operations every day at 7 AM. And everything, software, data connections, remote access, had to be working before the plant started, or else nothing moved. So I made it a point to get in early. I was at my desk by 7 every single morning, making sure everything was up and running before the plant opened its doors. That also meant I left around 4 PM each day. Logical, right? Well, one day someone in the corporate office had a minor terminal issue around 4:30 PM. Nothing mission critical, just one user with a local problem. But I wasn't there. So the next day I got pulled aside and told, in no uncertain terms, that I needed to stay until 5 PM. No exceptions. I explained why I left at 4. That the entire plant relied on things working first thing in the morning. But apparently that logic wasn't as compelling as one person's inconvenience at 4:30. So fine. I stopped coming in early. I started working 8 to 5 like everyone else. Not even 2 weeks later, there's a problem. At 7 AM, with plant communications. The entire manufacturing plant is effectively frozen. And I was still in bed. I get the call. All I could say was, I'll be there as soon as I can. But I just woke up. It's going to be about an hour. No one got fired. No one apologized. No one asked me to go back to starting at 7. But from that day forward, not one single person ever said a word about me leaving at 4 again. The next story is called Overtime Problems. So my job's been playing ping pong with the overtime policy for weeks. One day it's no overtime. Next day, okay, but only if it's approved. Then, no overtime again. It was getting exhausting. So, just trying to stay out of trouble and still cover my responsibilities, I came up with a plan. I knew I'd need to stay late sometimes during the week. So I left 20 minutes early one day, just to balance things out and avoid accidentally going into unapproved overtime. Well, today I get pulled aside. Apparently, someone noticed I left early and wasn't thrilled. I was told there was still stuff to do and I shouldn't have left. So I calmly explained the whole situation. How I've been trying to navigate the back and forth on overtime. And how I just didn't want to get dinged for going over my hours. And suddenly, like magic, they give me a straight answer. You can get up to 3 hours of overtime per week. That would have been great to know weeks ago. Funny how sometimes the only way to get real answers is with a little bit of malicious compliance. The third story is called Borrowed Clothes. My sister is constantly taking my stuff. Clothes, shoes. Sometimes she asks. Most of the time I just find out when I see her wearing it. One day she walks in and goes, "Mom said you have to let me borrow your clothes." Didn't even ask, just declared it, like it's law now. I didn't argue. I just grabbed my laundry basket and handed it to her. It was full of dirty clothes, like gym shorts, week-old socks, the whole mess. She looks down at it and goes, "Seriously?" I just said, "You wanted my clothes." She left, didn't say another word, hasn't touched my stuff since. The last story is called City Code Compliance. My city has some ridiculous rules for houses. They even inspect the exterior every few years. Like, there's literally a guy who drives around with a ruler to measure grass. A ruler for grass. Anyway, they told me my garage in the back of my house needed to be scrapped and repainted. It was white with tiny peeling spots. You couldn't even see it from a neighboring yard. So I did some digging. I scoured the city code. Turns out there are no rules about garage color. So now my garage is bright blue. Shiniest, boldest, most eye-burning blue you've ever seen. Thanks for watching the video to the end. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe. And if you have time, watch another one of my videos. Also, if you want to support me further, check out the channel membership or Patreon. And now, I hope you have a great day. See you soon. Bye bye.